What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. Would you be my first pick? I did a video, on the NFL draft, but I wanted to do a video on dating and mating and relationships. Shout out to the show Ready to Love, right? Where would you be my first pick? Sometimes, this could be a good thing, and sometimes this could be a bad thing, because the, picking people is like the combine, the draft. You see somebody, they got good measurables. You like what you see out of that person, and you're like, yeah, this is where I'm going. And not to say they didn't have all the things that you picked, but you might wind up seeing somebody else who, you know, you don't look at as highly as that, but come to find out they're ascending and the person that you picked is descending. So, would you be my first pick? Like, what would make you be my first pick? Would your looks, make you be my first pick? With age, make you be my first pick? Uh, your health, your fitness come into play. Your character, your demeanor come into play. Your usefulness, the things you bring to the table, that comes into play. Um, can't say sex. I would say the possibility of sex. What your measurables look like will probably come into play. Um, would say kids or exes, you know, come into play? What will make you a first pick? Like, compared to everybody else, because it's a competition, right? So are you the best out of everybody that a person has to offer, or are you just the person that they want the most? Because that happens, where a person might not be the best player, but this is who the team wants the most. So you're like, well, you know what, and you know what, I'm taking this person because that's who I want. That's who I want. They're the one. That we've got them number one on our board. Other people like, huh? Are you serious? You know. But would you be, their first pick? Now, also, you got to take into consideration your history, of picking. Like, some people are great at the choices they make, and some people are not so good. Sometimes you got to look back at the history of the people you pick first and go, not good, not good, not good. That one was good. That one was But have you hit a home run with any of these? No. So maybe, just maybe, you have to look at your first pick and then look at the person who's not your first pick and go, you know what? That might be my first pick. That probably should be, practically speaking, pragmatically speaking. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe, just maybe. Now, another thing about this that comes into play is the potential versus production thing. Like, you might pick a person because of their potential. Like, say, they got all the tangibles and intangibles to you, but they didn't necessarily have the production. But you're like, no, that's the one, And then you have a person who has the production, and it's like, but they don't have these intangible things that I like, or so you think. They might have them. It's just they don't look as good as the other person that you like more. So you got that dynamic into play. And for some people know they what they're doing, and then other things about it is, excuse me, the other thing about it is, are you a person's first pick? Is that first pick a fit for your life? Like, teams pick a person and they're hoping that they're fit for their organization. Are you picking people hoping that they're a fit for your organization. Like, are you looking for you pick your first pick as a savior, or your first pick is something that makes everything that is going to help what you already have? You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you probably don't want to go to a dynamic where somebody picks you somebody's first pick because they see you as a savior, because that means they're not doing so hot. You get what I'm saying? You might want to pick a person who's like, you know what, they picked me and they got this thing going on in their life, and so we could actually work together. You got to be a good team at the end of the day. You can't just be a great individual with a person that picked it. You know, and that goes for men and women. So hopefully you get my point of view on this. So I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.